Hey guys, how you doing tonight? Kenny B here from Cities and Suburbs, 10, 15, 20, 22. And another quick video for you with some local stuff, some national stuff, and maybe some sports stuff. Thank you to our friends over at YouTube for the free bumper music. Love YouTube. And thank you all. How you guys doing tonight? I hope you all doing well. Baseball, I am sporting my Philadelphia Phillies shirt tonight because they did eliminate the World Series championship team organization from last year, which were the Atlanta Braves. So hats off to the Braves. Philadelphia moves on. Not Philadelphia, but Philadelphia, right? PH, not TH. All right. So a lot of stuff going on in sports. I mean, we have the Patriots tomorrow. We have Mac Jones versus, not versus, but, the whole quarterback controversy. Who's going to start tomorrow? Of course, it's going to be Bailey Zappa. And I'm telling you, I feel something for this kid. All right. There's something going on there, and it's not Coach Belichick, by the way. But anyway, the Patriots are playing against the Cleveland Browns at Cleveland, both 2-3 teams, against our old quarterback, our old friend Jacoby Brissett, who will be starting as quarterback, the starting quarterback with the Cleveland Browns tomorrow. And look, man, it's all hype. Just sit and enjoy it, relax, have a good Sunday, and a lot of football going on. Food prices. Crazy, man. Since last year, up 13%, maybe more, according to the Food Home Index. Okay. In the month of September, food prices are up. Just what you shop and buy for, are up 0.7%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but let's break it down a little bit for you. So it looks like for the month of December, fruits and vegetables are up 1.6%. Cereal and baked products are up 0.9%. Other groceries, maybe a Green Giant can of beans, 0.5%. Meats and poultry and eggs are 0.4%. And beverages increased by 0.6%. I went to Burger King the other day, and 2 or 3 years ago when I went to Burger King, and I don't order the number one or any of the soda or anything like that. I ordered, a couple of cheeseburgers and a small order of fries. It came to roughly about $8.60 for 2 cheeseburgers and a small fry. And I definitely regretted that afterwards. It wasn't, I could have paid $3 or $4 for it, and it was just terrible. No offense, but it was just bad food. But I just needed something different in a hurry. And I hadn't eaten at a fast food place in a while, but $8. So I asked the woman when I got to the drive-thru, and I said, $8 and almost 60 cents for 2 cheeseburgers and a small fry? And she said, yeah, well, the 2 cheeseburgers cost you about 3 something, which used to be, whatever. Okay, I could live with that. But the French fries were like $4.57. So I said, well, those better be some really kick-butt fries, man, or laced with gold or whatever. And they weren't. And there's no potato shortage. I mean, it's one of the simplest crops to grow. But so the prices to hire people, to the supply chain, the choking of this, and these big companies that own, the restaurants and the Burger Kings and the supermarkets, and they're gonna have to keep passing these costs on to you, and there's a lot of reasons why. Food prices are still surging. I'm going to go back to here because, you can't cut back on food. You can cut back on fast food, which I'm going to do, the Burger King, even the Chinese food. I wanted to get Chinese takeout the other night, but I just their prices change every week. I mean, these guys are like printing out a different menu every week. Only same menu, different prices, different prices, different prices. You know. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get what I need, and I'll bring it home. And so, but that is not what America is about. America's about like why Santa Claus is so fat. It's about consumption, right? I went to Walmart today. There's Halloween here and there's the Christmas aisle there. My God. And, you know, it's the imbalance between supply and demand. It means companies can pass along higher prices to shoppers without sales plunging. You know, but what happens is that I stop buying your brand. Okay, I go to a generic brand, you know, and if that keeps continuing, you know, it hurts a company, and then they start laying people off, and, you know, so there has to be a balance, you know. So between 11.5%, 13%, you that's what you're paying for your food, okay. And now we have heating costs coming up in the wintertime. There's just things that you friggin' can't cut back on, right? You can't cut back on food, right? And if you're in the city, by the way, you don't have access to really good food, right? So what are we doing here? There is a recession going on, and no one's talking about it, but it is going on. There's a recession and there's inflation. You know, the job market is kind of evening out a little bit. There's still a lot of demand for employees. I get that, but if that demand goes down, I'm telling you, when businesses start to own the job market again and don't have jobs to offer, and there's 80 people applying for one job, we're going to be in deep doo-doo. Switching gears, 911,000 gallons of raw sewage because of the rain behind the Walmart in Worcester, which is leaked and seeped into the Blackstone River. My God. I mean, we've been trying to clean this river up, since the 70s and the 80s, and all of a sudden, you can't just say it's 911,000 gallons of raw or maybe partially treated sewage. It doesn't matter. I mean, that river is 10,000 years old. It is. Salmon used to swim up there. It used to be such a source of food. And we try to save it, and then we kill it again because of old infrastructure, old pipes leaking. Remember last year in Lake Quinsigamon, right? All that raw sewage leaked in, and we're freaking okay with that. But let's segue into, let's change the name of Plantation Street. All right, in Worcester, it was petitioned by City Councilor George Russell, had to file it because, you know, plantation is a word that harkens back to slavery. Well, Worcester never had slaves. First of all, read your friggin' history. Okay, plantation, yes. The word plantation means that the labor lived on the plantation. That doesn't mean they were slaves. Secondly, you're going to change the name of Plymouth Plantation where the Pilgrims landed? No. Secondly, in Worcester, that is one of the oldest parts of Worcester, around Lake Quinsigamon, Long Pond, Quinsick, S-I-K, Mond, okay, which the native indigenous people, I won't call it Native Americans because there wasn't an America, it was an English colony, okay? The indigenous people used that 7.5-mile lake, okay, for their livelihood, you know. As far as a plantation goes, they were all English people that lived up there. And now, because it gets people's back up, because we have to change everything, you know, plantation, there's nothing wrong with that word, okay? There's nothing wrong with that word. There were no slaves in Worcester. And every single street in that area, going all the way down Plantation Street, up to the summit, right? And you go up to Clark Street. All those are taken from indigenous people. All the street names are taken from indigenous names of the peoples that were here before the Europeans. So, you know, you want to get your back up about Plantation Street? Fine. Why don't you get your back up about cleaning up friggin' the Blackstone River? Okay? Something that the Europeans polluted big time. Okay? During the 17th and the 18th century. Focus on that. Get outraged about the almost 1 million friggin' gallons of raw sewage, you know, as opposed to changing the street. I'm done. Anyway, guys, just a quick video for you, and hope it wasn't too emotional for you. But anyway, I'm good, and I hope you are well. Please comment below, like, subscribe to the channel. Give me any content you can for the next show. But I hope you all well, and be safe out there. Our cities are not getting better. They seem to be getting worse. All right? Certainly our water is. Anyway, checking out here. Go Pats. Go Phils. All right. Take care. Good night.